monsters!
I carried my child in pain. I protected him. A man stole him.
As he has sold my blood, let his body reject peace. Let bulls rise where money touched him. Let his skin burn until my child returns. If he eats, let pain eat him. If he sleeps, let crying wake him. I am his mother!
In the village of Ayatoro, hunger had a name. Everyone knew it. It lived in cracked mud houses, slept beside empty pots, and followed young men like a shadow that never rested. Hunger did not shout. It whispered, slowly, patiently, until it became a voice inside your head. That was the voice that raised Bode. His father died when Bode was 10, collapsing one afternoon on a cassava farm. No illness. No warning. Just death. His mother screamed so loudly that elders said even the ancestors paused to listen. From that day, Bode stopped being a child. School ended. Dreams ended. Childhood ended. He began carrying firewood with his mother. When she grew weak, he pushed wheelbarrows at the market. When that failed, he borrowed money and bought a second-hand power bike, rusted, noisy, unreliable. Every morning before sunrise, Bode kicked the engine until his leg ached. Jia-a-keke, jija-a-keke, via-a-mm-mm. That sound became his heartbeat. Bode watched life pass him by. He watched his mates marry. He watched people build houses. He watched children run freely. Sometimes, passengers insulted him. Can't you ride properly? This bike will kill someone one day. He swallowed the insult. But at night, lying on a mat with a leaking roof, Bode clenched his fist. I will never die like this, he swore. Never. That oath was not prayer. It was a seed. Busy noticed him first. She sold tomatoes beside her mother in the market. She liked how Bode greeted elders properly. How he removed his cap when talking to women. How he smiled without arrogance. One afternoon, as she arranged tomatoes, Bode stopped his bike. Sister, how much? You know price has gone up, she teased. They laughed. That was how it started. Soon, Bode waited for her after market hours. He escorted her home. He bought her sachet water when he could. One evening under a mango tree, he said the words she had been waiting for. Busy, I want to marry you. Her heart melted. Love grew fast. Too fast. Bode talked big. I will hustle. Things will change. Busy believed him because hope is cheap when you are young. When she missed her period, fear replaced love. She waited. She prayed. She counted days. Then one evening, she stood behind the market stall, pale and shaking. Bode. I'm pregnant. Silence. Bode's ears rang. Then he forced a smile. Don't worry. Busy searched his face. Are you sure? Yes. We'll keep it. Her mouth fell open. Keep it. The argument that changed everything. They argued for days. Behind houses. By the river. Under trees. Busy cried. I can't marry poverty. I can't suffer like your mother. Bode snapped. So you want to kill my child? I want to survive, she screamed. When her parents found out, thunder fell. Her father shouted. You will not abort this pregnancy in my house. Her mother cried. The neighbors whispered. Busy was trapped. She kept the pregnancy, but resentment grew. When labor came, Bode was absent. He was chasing money. A baby girl was born. Healthy. Crying. Alive. Busy stared at the baby with dry eyes. When Bode finally came, she handed the child to him. Take her. What? Take her and live my life. Bode hesitated. Then he remembered the palm wine conversation. People pay well for babies. That was the moment love officially died. Bode wrapped the baby. He did not kiss her. He did not name her. He took her to the city. The exchange was quiet. Fast. Cold. Money touched his hands. And something snapped inside him. Bode returned from the city at dawn. The village was still asleep. Roosters had not yet crowed. Smoke had not yet risen from kitchens. The earth was quiet, too quiet. He walked into his room and sat on the floor. For a long time, he did not move. On the mat beside him lay the money. Neatly wrapped. More money than he had ever seen at once. His hands trembled as he touched it. It's just money, he told himself. People do worse things and still live. That night, Bode slept deeply. No dreams. No guilt. No voices. And that scared him more than nightmares ever could. The next morning, he bought new clothes. People noticed. Bode, money don't enter, someone joked. He laughed. No God. That was the first lie. The second lie came when he passed busy in the market. She looked thinner. Quieter. She did not greet him. For a moment, something twisted inside Bode's chest. Then he hardened. She didn't want the child anyway. That sentence became his shield. He repeated it whenever guilt tried to knock. A week later, he met Connor, another bike rider, at a beer parlor. Connor leaned close. I hear you made good money recently. Bode said nothing. Connor smiled knowingly. Don't worry. I won't talk. Silence stretched. Then Bode asked quietly. How many people are looking for babies? Connor's eyebrows lifted. Plenty. That was all the encouragement Bode needed. From that day, Bode changed. He stopped looking for love. He started looking for weakness. He listened more. He asked questions carefully. Whenever a woman complained about her life, he leaned in. Life is hard. Men are wicked. I understand. He became gentle. He became patient. Pregnancies followed. Fear followed. And Bode always had a solution. Don't abort it. I'll take the baby. You be free. Some women cried with relief. Some hugged him. None of them knew they were dealing with a man who had learned how to switch off his heart. The third baby was sold on a rainy night. As Bode counted the money, thunder rolled. For the first time, he heard something. A cry. Faint. Distant. He froze. It's nothing, he whispered. But that night, sleep refused him. He saw a baby crawling toward him. Not crying. Just staring. From then on, Bode drank more. Palm wine. Beer. Anything that could quiet the mind. When the voices came, he drank. When dreams came, he drank. Soon, he stopped dreaming altogether. Money flowed. Respect followed. People greeted him differently. Bode has sense. Bode is doing well. Nobody asked questions. Bode upgraded his bike. He moved to a better room. He started looking down on people. Poverty is a choice, he once said carelessly. That was the moment fate took note of his name. Nina met Bode at a friend's engagement party. She was not impressed by his money. She spoke confidently. She asked sharp questions. Bode noticed. He liked the challenge. When he approached her, she looked at him directly. What do you want? He smiled. You. She laughed. Be serious. He was serious. And for the first time in a long while, something almost human stirred inside him. When Nina told him she was pregnant, Bode already knew what he would say. Don't worry. I'll handle it. She stared at him. Under what? If you don't want the baby. She cut him off sharply. I want my child. The words hit him harder than expected. Think carefully, he warned. Children are expensive. Nina crossed her arms. Then I'll suffer with my child. That was the first time a woman had said no. From that day, Bode changed toward her. He became cold. Then hostile. You think you're better than others? You'll regret this. Nina held her ground. Touch my child and you'll regret it more. But Bode had already crossed a line inside his head. When Nina gave birth to a baby boy, Bode came pretending joy. He carried the baby. The child smiled. For one dangerous second, Bode felt something crack. Then greed screamed louder. That night, while the village slept, he took the baby. Nina woke up to silence. Not the peaceful silence of early morning, but the wrong kind. The kind that makes a mother's chest tighten before her eyes even open. She reached for her baby. Her hands touched empty cloth. Her heart stopped. My baby, she whispered. She sat up quickly, scanning the room. The mat. The wrapper. The corner where the baby usually slept. Nothing. She screamed. Not a normal scream. A scream that tore through flesh and spirit. My child. Neighbors burst in. Women rushed toward her. Someone shouted Bode's name. That was when the truth hit her like a machete. Nina ran barefoot through the compound. She searched every corner. She overturned baskets. She checked outside. Nothing. Her wrapper slipped from her shoulders as she screamed again and again. He won me. He won me. Women tried to hold her. She fought them. Leave me. He has taken my child. Her voice broke. Her legs failed. She collapsed into the dust. By sunrise, the entire village knew. Men gathered. Women wailed. Elders shook their heads. This is abomination. Someone suggested the police. Another said, this is beyond police. Nina did not speak. She stared at the ground. Something inside her was changing. At sunset, Nina stood up suddenly. She walked past everyone. Straight toward the river. No one stopped her. They followed from a distance. The river was dark. Quiet. Old. Nina removed her clothes slowly. She stepped into the cold water. Knee-deep. Waist-deep. She knelt. Her voice was calm. Too calm. Ancestors of this land, she said. Hear me. The wind shifted. Leaves rustled. I carried my child in pain. I protected him. A man stole him. Her hands trembled. As he has sold my blood. Let his body reject peace. Thunder rolled. Let boils rise where money touched him. Let his skin burn until my child returns. The river rippled violently. If he eats, let pain eat him. If he sleeps, let crying wake him. Her voice broke finally. I am his mother. Silence. Then the river went still. The curse had been accepted. 3 days later, in the city, Bode laughed in a club. Music blared. Money sprayed. A woman leaned close. You're hot. He smiled. But suddenly, his back itched. He scratched. Then screamed. A boy rose instantly. Pain exploded. People stepped back. The woman ran. What is wrong with you? More boils appeared. One after another. Like ants biting from inside. Doctors tried. Medicine failed. The boils spread. The smell came. Friends disappeared. Landlord chased him out. Children pointed. Mama, see his skin. Bode cried. For the first time in years. That night, under a bridge, he dreamed. Babies surrounded him. They did not cry. They stared. One spoke. Papa, why? He woke up screaming. Weak and shaking, Bode dragged himself to a small church. The pastor looked once. Then said quietly. You sowed life. Bode collapsed. Help me. The pastor shook his head. Only the woman you offended can help you. Bode sold everything. Bike. Clothes. Pride. He boarded a bus back to the village. As the bus moved, a voice echoed in his mind. Return what you stole. The bus dropped Bode at Ayatoro Junction just before sunset. He tried to stand. His legs failed him. A passenger shouted from the window. Driver, hurry. This man will bring bad luck. Dust rose as the bus sped off, leaving Bode alone on the roadside. The village air hit him differently. It smelled of memories. Of childhood. Of shame. He took one step forward. Pain shot through his body. Boils rubbed against cloth. Some burst open, releasing a foul smell that made him gag. He began to walk, slowly, painfully, toward the village. The first person to see him was an old woman fetching water. She squinted. Then gasped. Chinik. Bode. She dropped her bucket. Water spilled onto the earth. Is that you? Bode lowered his head. Mama. She stepped back quickly. Don't come close to me. He shouted toward the houses. People of Ayatoro. Come and see what has returned. Doors opened. Women came out wiping their hands. Men followed. Children peeked from behind wrappers. Whispers grew into murmurs. Is that him? The one who sells babies. Look at his body. Someone spat. Another threw sand. Bode fell to his knees. The earth burned his wounds, but he did not cry. He deserved it. The village elders arrived slowly, staffs in hand. They looked at Bode with eyes that had seen war, famine, and betrayal. One elder spoke. Why have you returned? Bode tried to speak. His voice cracked. I have come to beg. The elder nodded. Begging does not erase abomination. The crowd murmured in agreement. Then silence fell. Nina stepped out of her compound. She was dressed in black. Her hair was uncombed. Her eyes were empty, like someone who had cried all her tears. The crowd parted instinctively. Bode saw her. And collapsed fully. He pressed his forehead to the ground. Nina. His voice was barely audible. Please. She stood over him. She did not shout. She did not cry. She spoke quietly. And that was worse. Stand up. He tried. He failed. She repeated it. Stand up. With effort, he rose halfway, kneeling. Tell them, Nina said. Bode swallowed hard. I stole her baby. Gasps. I sold him. Cries erupted. Women screamed. Men cursed. Someone lunged forward, but elders held him back. Silence, an elder shouted. Nina spoke again. I carried that child for 9 months. I named him in my heart. I planned his future. Her voice finally trembled. You turned him into money. Bode sobbed openly now. I was blind. No, she replied. You saw clearly. The chief elder stepped forward. What do you want, daughter? Nina looked at Bode. Long. Hard. Then she spoke slowly. First, he will search for my child. Second, everything he owns belongs to me. Third, Whether he finds the child or not, he will live knowing what he did. The elder nodded. So it shall be. That night, Bode slept outside Nina's compound. No mat. No shelter. Rain fell. Villagers passed and insulted him. Children threw stones. He did not move. Pain and shame blended into one. At dawn, Nina stood at her doorway. She did not look at him. Start with the city. Bode nodded weakly. He stood. And walked. Each step away from the village felt like carrying a mountain. In the city, Bode went from place to place. Orphanages. Hospitals. Adoption homes. Each rejection cut deeper. No records. Too many years have passed. We can't help you. People chased him away when they saw his scars. Children cried at the sight of him. Months passed. The boils dried slowly. Scars remained. But the pain inside stayed fresh. Every night, he dreamed of a boy calling, Mama. And somewhere between regret and redemption, a lesson settled into the earth. Moral lessons. 1. Wealth gained through wickedness will always demand a payment, if not today, then tomorrow. No amount of money can silence the cry of innocent blood or erase the weight of guilt. 2. Children are not commodities, and life is not a transaction. Anyone who treats human life as profit will eventually lose everything that makes life worth living.